Hey, Shalom to my Akim, Wa'awathiam, and Yahushua Mashiach. Peace and blessings to my brothers and my sisters in the Lord. I have here before me some topics that I wanted to discuss with you all. I've been building this list for a couple of days. The time is very short, and we're going to be experiencing a lot of changes in the earth. It's pretty obvious by now. A lot of things are going on, Let's just get right to it. The first topic I have right here is about Donald Trump being shot on July 13th. Okay, we all know about that by now. Okay, but for me personally, all in the spirit, and this is all spirit led. This is just from my discernment that Yah has given me, and He's kind of walking me through this spiritually to get understanding. But this might lead to gun confiscations. If you follow my channel over the last couple of years, I've talked to y'all about some visions I had about military door-to-doors and the disarmament of America. You got to understand that the enemy is crafty. We got a lot of bread. We got a lot of bread and circus going on right now. And what people got to understand is that Donald Trump is not your salvation. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to save America. He's not going to save the economy. He's not going to, change anything. A lot of people have faith in the hands of men instead of the Heavenly Father. You see what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I think this might lead to gun confiscations and a tangible manifestation into the things of that nature, which I've seen. I made a video about that. You can go into my history and you'll find it. It should still be up. A lot of my videos were taken down over the years. But basically, long story short, in this dream, I seen basically military. It was a commotion outside, and I looked out my window in this dream. And I had this dream years ago, man, like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. It was a while ago. But there was commotion going outside, and there was military equipment, and there was militants going door to door. From my perception, for what I saw, they looked like domestic military. Like it looked like United States type military, just from the color of the fatigues and the arrangement of their battlement and how it looked like something that was dispatched from within through our own country, through America. But nonetheless, they came in and started confiscating ammunition and firearms, and they were going door to door. You see what I'm saying? So they was in my dream. They came through and came in my house that I was living in at that time, and it was about 5 to 6 military men. In my dream, they had confiscated. In my dream, they had confiscated some ammunition that I had, and they gave me a form to fill out. And in the dream, I already knew that this form that they had me to fill out was not going to be honored. You see what I'm saying? Because this form was something like a receipt or documentation regarding what they took from you, so you can come back when things settle down and you can get your stuff back. But in my dream, I knew in the spirit that once they confiscate these firearms and ammunition, that you're never going to get it back. And the timing of it seems very interesting, because here we are on the brink of World War III. This is when you would want Americans armed, right? You would want, you already know where I stand when it comes to Babylon and stuff like that, but this is just me talking to you as a brother. You see what I'm saying? You got to peep game. There's a captivity that's coming. There's warfare that's coming, both domestically and from, externally from enemy countries and stuff like that. So off top, if we think about gun confiscations, how do you think America would feel about that? And they could use this shooting on Trump, and they probably have more shootings that they're going to have lined up, because this is nothing new. This been going on for a while. It's a narrative. There's a reason behind all of this. Okay, and it is to disarm you and take your firearms from you. Okay, and they might use this Donald Trump ordeal as a key component to do that. Okay, but nonetheless, we also had on the day before Donald Trump being shot, was 40 Chinese banks collapsed, okay, on July 12th. Think about it. Name, in whatever city you in, name 40 banks for me. Think about that. That's pretty much their entire economy collapsed. And magically, also conveniently, the next day Donald Trump gets shot. You see what I'm saying? This was really interesting. It's kind of one of those things where could this be a look this direction while, behind the scenes other things are going on? Pray on it. Pray for discernment and wisdom at this time, because you're going to need it, or you're going to just be confused and you're going to be lost and you're not going to understand. Okay, so we have 40 major Chinese banks collapse. You have people on the streets. It's bank runs. People were on the streets, mad, couldn't get their money, lost everything. Next day, okay, that was Friday, July 12th. Next day, Saturday, July 13th, Donald Trump gets shot, right? Okay. Now, here's a new update. Biden has COVID. He tested positive for COVID. It's a very obvious, to all those who are in the spirit, it's very obvious to us where this is about to lead. We have elections in about 4 months. Okay. It looks like this is going to be another set of lockdowns coming this fall. Okay. And it's something else, because look at all the people who's got the vaccine, and they're going to say that the vaccine is not good enough for this particular variant. Come on now, let's form the narrative. We know it. Don't be simple. And they're going to try to, give people another round. Okay? And ironically, world banking systems are collapsing. Okay? So will this next round be part of not only a vaccination, but I shouldn't have said that word, but something that would involve maybe chip technology injected in you to pay for things in the new system, because everything's collapsing. The CHAP system, the banking system in New England, I believe, their banking system collapsed last night too. And they're blaming it on outdated software. Okay. One more thing about the lockdowns that appear to be coming back. I believe what happened in 2019 was just a test run. And to be honest, most people are goners. Based off of that test run, most people are through. Okay? They're complete sheep. Because if they do this again, you already see how many people went with it the first time. This time, I believe it's going to be met with violence. Okay? Now, man, it's like I have so much on my mind. I'm just trying to give it to you one by one. This time around, they're not going to just require you to stay home, but they're going to require you to do that, but it's going to be with the threat of your life. Okay, let's do this. About 3 weeks ago, follow me now. About 3 weeks ago, I was giving a coworker a ride home. Okay, and there's train tracks close to my job. And the train went by, and guess what was all on the train? MRAPs, military equipment, a lot of Jeeps and Hummers, like military equipment. And we saw a lot of this going on in 2019. Okay. And when it happened, me and my partner, I talked to the homie. I was like, yo, you see this? Why they moving all that, man? Something about to happen, bro. Something about to happen. I was telling them this. I think I'm starting to see how it's coming together, y'all. They about to get ready to unleash all the stuff that they had out. The UN equipment, all the stuff I've been talking to y'all about. The doom and the gloom, the real, the things that are going on. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about. Let's go ahead and get off that topic before they immediately take the video down, which they're probably going to do anyway. We need to keep an eye on Big Mike, okay? Because this might be a gateway for Obama. And I've told y'all over and over again, in 2013, I was shown that Obama was the Antichrist. So me seeing his husband looking like he's about to get politically involved shows me that this may be the gateway for Obama to get back in there. Okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to completely, because think about it, it's election year. And why I say this, think about The Purge. There's a brother that I've been following for years, Escape Black Man, Shalom, bro, if you're watching. But he had a title on one of his videos talking about The Purge, okay? Do y'all remember The Purge, the election year? And the civil unrest that was in that movie? Hollywood does a lot of witchcraft and predictive programming. This is election year. It's 4 months away, and look at what's going on in the world. And look what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Man, people better wake up. Or they're just gonna be in a situation. Okay, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Pharmaceutical shortages. Yeah. In war, these barges, there's been a lot of barges and ships getting blown up, which is gonna cause disruptions in international trade. It's a war tactic, but in the spirit, I'm being told that the pharmaceutical industry is going to be affected soon. And this is something I already knew for years, but I think we're going to come into a time, like we're walking into the time where that's going to be manifested. And a lot of people who are on medication, they're not going to have access to it. It is very smart right now to get into herbs. You have Google, you have the internet. Google what herbs help you with certain ailments. If you got high blood pressure, it is time to wean yourself off them statins. It's time. The best advice I can give you, and I've had bodily ailments. I went type 2 diabetic, and lost all this weight last year. And I was able to reverse it. Do you think I went to the hospital and got told this? And got told this information and took whatever medicine they was trying to give me? No. When I realized I had a frequency to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes, and every time I ate, I felt like I was going to fall asleep, and I started losing all this daggone weight. And when my mouth would go cotton dry after having a sip of coffee, I think I knew, what was wrong. You got to know your body. Okay, we got to get to the point where we know our bodies, and we got to learn what God has put in this earth to heal our bodies. You have to get away from this man-made medicine, okay? But long story short, here's a good reason to start, and this is how I did it and reversed the condition. Now I eat, I might eat a donut or have coffee when I want, and I don't get abusive on the sugars, but I feel fine. Everything's fine now. Everything's stabilized. But it was really bad at first, It was the worst thing I've ever experienced. It wasn't the worst, but it was pretty bad. But I went vegan. Okay, if you have any bodily ailments, just go vegan. Go vegan for 30 days. Only fruits, only vegetables. Make meals out of this. Okay? And I promise you'll start to see a difference, because a lot of vegetables, believe it or not, and Yahweh had me to look into this. I was eating a lot of stir fries, like zucchini, yellow and green zucchini, and onions and mushrooms and peppers, and I was doing a lot of that. And even with fruit, pineapple, peaches, pears, strawberries, apples, even watermelon and stuff. These natural foods that are unprocessed, they lower glucose levels, and they help with your pancreas to create insulin, so you don't need to inject it. You're not going to need metformin. You're not going to need none of that. And likewise with let's say high blood pressure or hypertension. Okay, one good thing I can recommend for you is cayenne pepper. Okay, cayenne pepper, you can take it in pills, vegan capsules. Do that. Psyllium husk is psyllium with a P, husk. It's good fiber for your heart. Omega-3 fish oils. Okay, you got to learn. We got to begin to learn and come up into natural healing the way God provided, because that's the way it's going to heal you, and you'll be healed and not have to rely on medicine to keep you alive. Because when these wars pick up and the pharmaceutical industry gets hit up with this, okay, and there's shortages, it's going to take out a lot of people. We all know Agenda 21. You need to know what Agenda 21 is. Okay, we've heard of the Georgia Guidestones. I think they took them down. But basically, the world elite and the people who run the earth, the world was given to the hands of the wicked now. We know this. They want to kill 99% of people. What better way to do that than get people and communities hooked on pharmaceutical drugs that they're going to need because of the type of food, okay, that we're getting. So we need to learn how to garden again, okay? I garden, you know what I mean? But we need, you know, this is just recommendations, okay, for the times we're coming into. Learn how to grow some leafy greens. It's easy. It's easy. Collard greens, romaine head lettuce, iceberg lettuce, spinach, broccoli. You know, learn. You can even do container gardening. You know what I mean? But these things will keep you alive and keep you very healthy, and will help you. You know, if you have bodily ailments like high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever it might be. But take advantage of Google. Just Google what herbs help high blood pressure or heart health, or what herbs cleanses kidneys, what herbs cleanses your pancreas. You need to focus on your organs. You need to know what's good for your liver, like milk thistle, that's good for your liver, okay? You don't need this medicine that they're serving you. They're only giving you this stuff to keep you alive with the issues you have, and to eventually kill you when they dry up the pharmaceutical industries during this time of war and collapse, okay? I'm telling you the truth. So use Google, get a pen and paper, and write these things down. And a lot of this stuff, you can go on Amazon and order in non-gelatin capsules, and you'll begin to feel a difference, okay? What's next on the list? Oh, Germany. Germany sold all of their Bitcoin last week, y'all. The same week, July 12th through like the 18th or 19th, they basically just finished selling over 2.5 or 2.8 billion dollars worth of Bitcoin. Let's be critical thinkers, y'all. I gave y'all my word on what I seen. Okay, that what y'all showed me. Let's be critical thinkers now. Let's be critical thinkers. If Bitcoin had got all these ETFs approved and is pretty much about to go into a bull run, it's a halving year, and you know, why would Germany sell all of it? Why would they get rid of it? To me, it's a flag of manipulation that's about to occur. Okay, and I told y'all about this. When it comes to the markets crashing, it's a key. I'm just saying, it only makes sense. Why would they sell it all? Because they want to get rid of it at the price it's at now. Okay, dump it on a retailer. So then the retail buys it all up at the price that it's at now. And then they're gonna dump it on your ass. They're gonna crash it, and they're gonna blame it on a hack or some type of issue of that nature. And look what's going on now. I just got off of work. It is July 19th, 2024. Okay, just got off of work. Just got in the house. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Okay. Why I was at work and they put us on stand down because the systems went down, right? The systems went down for like hours. I'm getting online, I'm looking at what's going on. This seems to be like a global occurrence. We had Microsoft go down, airports and flights were getting messed up, they went down. Exchanges are getting hacked. I think Shiba Inu got hacked for like 5 trillion tokens, worth like over $100 million. There's an exchange called LBank, and there's a brother within the wealth transfer community that I'm sub to. I don't know his channel off the top of my head, but he's the first one that I heard bring it out. But nonetheless, he said that LBank, their Bitcoin and Ethereum glitched and crashed to zero. Yeah, I don't use LBank exchange. You know, I just found that really interesting. So look what's going on. There's about to be basically the great reset is right before us. We're here. This is no longer something off. And I don't think it's something we could even pray away. I believe during COVID, you know, in 2019, you know, this all could have went down then, but Yahweh has shown us grace and gave us more time. He gave us a couple more years. He gave everybody some more time. You know, now we're looking like round 2 on this because with Biden, with the sniffles, okay, and testing positive. They're telling you this for a reason. We about to figure out why they was moving all that military equipment. And I don't mean to get off topic, but let me tell y'all this, okay? When back in 2019, I was working during the COVID. I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm tired of censoring myself and beating around the bush. They take it down. Hopefully the right ears hear this. But during that time, I was working for Yellow Freight, yo. I was driving for Yellow Freight. I don't work for them right now, so I don't mind just, it don't matter if they figure out, you know what I mean? I don't work for them no more. But I was working for Yellow Freight and for Capital Electric for a little bit of that. When they started the lockdowns, it was Capital Electric. And then like the following 2-3 years, it was like Yellow Freight. But nonetheless, guess what I was moving, y'all, to I was delivering to DHS. There's a Department of Homeland Security in Sterling, Virginia. No. It's in Reston. Virginia. And there's a Department of Homeland Security in Springfield, Virginia. During COVID, I was delivering to both of these locations. Guess what they was getting in freight, in bulk, in pallets? I'm going to tell you what they were getting. I was delivering it to them. They was getting pallets of plus P 9mm gold dot hollow point. Gold dot plus P 9mm hollow point. Do you understand? This stuff is I've had a lot of it. I know all about those rounds. They are defensive rounds, and the last I checked, they were going for about $1 a round, and they were getting pallets. These are not training ammunition, y'all. This is the stuff that's meant to kill you. It's meant to kill you. The Department of Homeland Security was getting pallets of this stuff during the first lockdowns while everyone was in their house. I was working, okay? And I was working in freight, okay? And also when I was working at Capital Electric during the first year or so of the virus and stuff, I was delivering a lot of electric supplies to all these schools. When all the schools were shut down, they had contractors in these schools, all on the roof, all in the inside of the schools. And there was times where I had to go in and get signatures, and they had complete walls in the school just ripped down and just rewiring everything in the schools. They was getting serious heavy duty electric. I don't know what this stuff really was. I was delivering it to them, but just huge triple lock gauge wiring. They said it was 5G that they were installing, but it was putting something in these schools, y'all. And now that I'm talking about schools, there's gonna come a time we might have to pull these kids out of school, y'all. Okay, for obvious reasons when it comes to the socialization of the children and the culture that they're trying to indoctrinate them with. But I just found out through my oldest daughter that my younger two, my twins, they got their blood checked, and they got high lead levels in it, yo. They're not drinking tap water at home. You see what I'm saying? Drinking bottled water, so they got to be getting it from the schools. So these school systems, their water is defiled. They're poisoning our children, okay? And I don't know what to think of what I saw during the first lockdowns when I was delivering all this electrical equipment onto these schools, yo. They was really revamping the insides of these schools. It was like they was doing it, and then they let the kids back in, and it looked like nothing happened when they come back. But they redid it really was strange. This was months and months and months. I'm delivering heavy duty electrical equipment, routers, all type of crazy stuff. Some of the stuff was huge and heavy, and you had these contractors, they were on the roofs of these schools, man, on the roofs. We were doing everything, adding stuff on the roof. It was really weird, you know. This was years ago, but I'm just kind of giving it to y'all how I remember it. And I recorded some stuff about it then, but I don't know if I uploaded it on this channel or not. I'm just, talking about it now because it's on my mind. Everything ties into something. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about. Putin visited the Russian president. He visited North Korea, Kim Jong-un, a week ago. And then a couple days later, he visited the India Prime Minister Modi. Okay. If you got to pay attention. Now, we all know that with the BRICS nations, they're not really allies with America or NATO and stuff like that. Putin is basically lining up America. He already has his warships and everything already basically here in Venezuela and in Cuba. Okay, they got the base, man. It really looks like something's about to go down. He's meeting up with Kim Jong-un and Prime Minister Modi, the president in India. What do you think they're up to, y'all? Think about it. Most people don't even know. They're not paying attention. Babylon's about to be surrounded. Fire is coming here. Much fire. And I'm not saying this to make anybody afraid, but it's so you call out to Yahweh, Yeshua HaMashiach, and repent, and he'll cover you, and he'll protect you. There's promises that come with being a believer and fearing the Lord. Fearing the Lord is a very wise thing. Okay, to have a fear of Yah at this point in time, because we're getting at the end. Excuse me. We're getting at the end, and people are going to start getting wiped out. Israel, over there, those who say they're Jews but are not, but do lie, but are the synagogue of Satan. Yeah, those people over there, they're getting attacked heavily. They're getting attacked heavily. Their Iron Dome failed. Okay, and a person died, and like 10 people got injured from a drone attack near a U.S. embassy, yo, and over there in Israel. Yo, it's getting real. Pay attention. Know that everything over here, at least in America, is like a I don't want to say like a reality TV show, but it's like a narrative over here. You gotta keep your eyes open to what's going on, because there's a lot going on. Don't get caught up in it. Don't think your salvation gonna come in Trump, and don't even think it's gonna come in Obama when he shows his face, because his salvation is only by Yahweh Yeshua HaMashiach. I pray that these couple things I talked about could be something that can increase your wisdom or have you to look into some things, you know what I mean? And I just pray that the Heavenly Father be with everybody, that He protect our children, all the believers. I pray for the elect often. I pray for all the lost sheep, you know, those who belong to Yahweh Yeshua HaMashiach, that they will repent in these times of judgment and come back to the order, you know. And I just plead, you know, the HaMashiach's blood over our lives and over our children's lives and over our lands. And He's doing a mighty thing, okay? And these things got to come to pass, and they're only the beginning of sorrows, you know. But just on that note, that's about it. I pretty much hit all the topics I wanted to hit. I'm going to open up my notepad another day and try to jot down some more stuff that God's putting in my heart. But, you know, Yahweh bless, and I'll catch you on another time.